It's time for The King and the Cop with the legendary former MLB great Jim Leyritz. And with 100 years of law enforcement in his blood, Tommy Sedner. It's all things sports, plus cop talk, current events, entertainment, and more. Joined by America's favorite Jersey girl, Robin DeLory. It's The King and the Cop.
Enough already. Enough already. Welcome to Lunchtime with the King and the Cop and America's favorite Jersey girl who has a puss on her face.
Because why are you enjoying this so much?
All the way to the end of New Jersey. Welcome, everybody. Good afternoon.
Why are you enjoying this so much?
Can't wait to go to
It's torture.
Vespucci's today for lunch because it's all Yankee fans.
I'm not going.
You'll go if there's a sandwich for you. Anyway, what the buck, Robin? The king hopefully will join us, but as crime is at an all-new high in New York City, he came out to his vehicle this morning to find damage and more headaches for anybody that's living in the city of New York, as if they didn't have enough to cry about today with their beloved, amazing Mets blowing a 101 season of wins, are now the first team to win that many games and not participate in the division championship. First time in history. Mets are great for making history, aren't they? And I'm going to start with two things. Puss face. Take the jacket off. I gave you a San Diego Padres jacket to put on. You love San Diego. We're going. We're supposed to be leaving tomorrow, and now we got to wait because you're singing at the Pack on Saturday. We're going to be able to go to the San Diego LA game while we're out there on business. We'll do our show. But your babies are crying because the Mets haven't won since 1986.
I just need to know, why are you enjoying this so much when there's people in pain in this home? Pain.
You got to get a life, because for the last 2 months they're flexing the best team in New York, best team in baseball. They're playing golf today. Golf. Anyway, I have a couple of things to address right out of the hop. And then, who I love and respect, what the buck? Down 4-0. Down 4-0. San Diego's, how do you pronounce his name? You're Italian. And by the way, happy Columbus Day.
It's Happy Indigenous Day.
I don't even know what that means.
Neither do I. So Columbus Day it is. Oh.
They tore all the statues down.
You just hurt somebody's feelings.
Who? Joe Hotshot?
Michael Filippone.
Why? What is he coming into the studio?
We just got the proverbial flip of the bird.
Yeah, well, tell him to grow up. Because but speaking of the bird, Rob, let me get right to it. Let me get right to the bird. The San Diego's pitcher was strip searched on the mound in front of 50,000 people, crying Met fans. Oh, what did he have? Wax in his ears?
His ear looked really shiny. Don't tell me it didn't.
Yeah, it looked shiny. Yeah, so he decided to cheat last night. And this great Italian from San Diego, who's already won a World Series, not when he was in San Diego, when he was with Houston Astros, Musgrove, lights out.
I got to look this up again.
Lights out. This Italian boy shut down the Mets, and then the Mets say, he's cheating. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
I can't believe it. That's insulting. And by the way, everybody's insulted. The Met announcers said so out of character, so ridiculous that the Mets would pull a maneuver like that. I just don't understand. I mean, take your lumps, for God's sake. The Mets were waiting, and you and I talked about it last night. They were waiting to lose because they always lose. And here's what I have to say to you, Mr. Cohen. You are a difference maker. You will get this ship turned around. And Buck is the right manager. But I'm going to tell you something. You need to fire Mr. Met. You need to stop this. This ain't high school and college. Why do you even have a mascot? This clown, Mr. Met, running around with his hands over his face crying. He hasn't won anything either since 1986. Fire him. Get rid of Mr. Met. Start there. Get rid of him. Oh my.
You just turn that on with your elbow.
And you know why I turned it on? Because they bring this clown out to play the trumpet and they're down 4-0. Shut it off. It makes me sick. It makes all my. I'm going to play that all year. I'm going to play it all year.
I don't understand why you're having you. It's like you're taking such pleasure in the pain.
Because social media blows up. They're Yankee haters, the Met fans. I'm a Yankee fan. I root for the Mets. I rooted for Doc.
Well, right now you look like
Doc Gooden's my friend. He was. I root for the Mets. I wanted them, but they put.
Doesn't sound like it.
Well, because the fans make. It's like when parents to pets are so over the top, you wind up hating the animal. That's what happens with Met fans. They're so over the top, I can't stand them. So, yeah, I'm enjoying this a little bit because all I heard was how great they were. You're not great until you finally do it. And you haven't done it since 1986. And to my boy, Maximilian, we are not going to be a Met fan in that house.
You can't take that away from his father. Don't you dare.
He's a Yankee fan.
Whatever.
Yankees are winners.
Oh, for the love of
Speaking
God.
Of winners.
Wait, I just got to do this.
I don't know where to start.
I just got to do this.
Do what?
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah.
It's just remember that I said there's just 1 hour a day that you can't call me.
Goodbye.
Susie Delory on the phone. Speaking of Met fans, she's probably calling them.
Holy mackerel. Just 1 hour.
We just got to work
1 hour.
1 hour. God forbid. God forbid we get through for 1 hour. Speaking of those big, obnoxious Met fans that live in apartment A and B upstairs here, they were all going to come on the show and brag about the Mets.
Yeah, now he's not coming on.
Not coming on. But what they are happy about, and it was outstanding. And everybody, if you don't know, I am a Steeler fan as a kid. Always rooted for the Giants. Love the Giants. Have nothing against the Jets. Have my Giants shirt on today. And I'm going to tell you something. I can't stand Aaron Rodgers. He's another guy. He's won 1 Super Bowl. Yeah, he's great. He's great. But at the end of the day, it depends on how many rings you get. And the Giants, he thought he was going to come out and smoke the Giants. London Bridge has fallen down on the cheeseheads. The Giants come back and win. What?
That was nice.
Our quarterback's bleeding. He had the BALLS of anybody playing quarterback. Good for him yesterday. The Giants, New Jersey Giants are 4-1. New Jersey, they're 4-1. And before you fall off your chair, the secret sauce has arrived in Florham Park, New Jersey, and our Jets are 3-2. Granted, they beat the Dolphins, my brother's favorite team, and they had a third-string quarterback, but they put 40 points up. So both of our football teams in New Jersey are playing some great, great football right now. And that's fun. And that's what your one son, Joseph, came in and said to me, well, I don't care about baseball anymore. No, you don't care about baseball because your Mets aren't in the playoffs anymore. So you got to focus on your Giants. And that's what we will do.
I'm just mad because I really just I don't understand this whole. I mean, you can gloat all you want; it doesn't matter.
Gloating.
Yeah, you're gloating. It's like you're stepping on my children.
That's what Met fans do. They wear shirts. I root for anybody that plays the Yankees. Get a life. Get a life. Root for your team, and when you lose, you take it. You don't go out there and check his ears for wax and shiny
it's
substance.
It's like you're throwing salt in the wound today, and I don't appreciate it.
Well,
you know what else I don't appreciate?
I give up.
Indigenous People Day.
Oh, here we go. It's going to be an Italian thing. Well, one of the founders of this station was the host of the Columbus Day Parade in East Hanover.
I guarantee you she doesn't like it either. Listen,
what are we talking about here?
I have zero problem with us reinvestigating the way we teach Christopher Columbus. I don't have a problem with that.
Was he Italian?
I'm just saying I don't have a problem with the way we reteach or we investigate looking into that. What I have a problem with is that you take away a day that was supposed to celebrate Italian American heritage and you call it Indigenous People Day, which can apply to a lot of countries. Indigenous people, for all intents and purposes, is exploring the natives of a certain country. So now we're not. It's like Italians don't get their one day. Why couldn't you call today Italian American Day? Why couldn't you do that? Now it's called, we can't even pronounce it, Indigenous People Day. And
Schmidt. What's that word that you use?
Schmidt?
Whatever. What is it?
I don't know. I don't Schmidt?
I know. Like
Shem?
Shem.
Yeah.
Shem.
You're a Shem.
But then these weak sisters and brothers that go on Board of Educations decide, we can't have that day anymore. So let's change it.
Oh, well, there's a lot of people in New Jersey that push back, including, I believe it was Denville or Parsippany.
Yeah.
The shift from Columbus Day to Indigenous Peoples Day have met resistance from communities across the country. Parsippany, New Jersey made headlines protesting the local school board's decision to celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day. Among other things, they cited lack of community input, failure to honor the legacy of Italian immigrants, and a need for a more balanced picture of Columbus. The school board renamed all the holidays from its calendar. Now all the holidays in Parsippany, New Jersey, all the holidays are just called days off.
So how they're weak.
They're saying if you're going to take the St. Columbus Day off, we're going to call the whole calendar days off.
Yeah. So you don't celebrate anything. We can't celebrate anything. Christmas, can't celebrate that. Can't say Merry Christmas. Got to say Happy Holidays because we might offend somebody.
Well, now you're done.
I'm not done. I'm Polish.
I'm going to say Merry Christmas. I'm going to say Happy Italian American Day, and that's what it is. For my grandparents who came over here and built us a life where we're actually sitting right now. They don't deserve a day.
We're sitting in a rose garden.
Yeah, we are.
That's right. Say if you were sing a few lines of Mama.
No. I'm pissed off. My husband is gloating when my children are depressed.
I'm fighting back. I didn't elect
my grandfather is being completely ignored.
He was a Yankee fan. God rest his soul.
He was, I don't know. He didn't have time to sit and watch sports because he was working with his hands.
Well, us Polacks and Irish and
we're not talking about those days. We're talking about today.
Well, I mean, we're all our ancestors.
Well, actually, yes. You know what? You can celebrate today because it's Indigenous People Day. So you can celebrate the natives of Poland. Go right ahead. We share everything else. We share our recipes. We share our tempers. We share our attitude.
Noses. Traditional noses.
Wow.
I had a good friend of mine.
Wow.
Well, let me tell you why I said that. A good friend of mine posted on her Facebook page with her two brothers. She said, Happy Columbus Day, Italian noses. And they all have the same nose. And it was very funny. Oh, the old tongue in the cheek. Anyway, Lisa Marie, weigh in. How was Columbus Day on Saturday?
Well, East Hanover has a lovely parade. A big Morris County cares about.
How about my man Johnny Ganello, Director of Waste Management? 4 or 5 trucks in the parade.
Huge parade. We make a big deal. They make a big deal of it. Michael was a recipient of the Italian American Scholarship. Jesus. That was important to me. Stop making fun today.
I'm not.
And
you're just trying to get a win on the board for the family. Anyway, Michael got a lot of awards.
But he was the recipient of the Italian American Award.
Does he speak any Italian? Your kids have
Probably just the curses.
Yeah.
Well, my father spoke Italian,
Right.
but he didn't get a chance to know him that well. Unfortunately,
The
God
cup
rest
that
his
you're
soul.
God rest his soul. The cup that you're drinking out of says Pebble Beach. Don't you wish we were there right now?
Yeah, I
On
do.
Indigenous Day or whatever it's called. I can't even say it.
Indigenous Day.
Well, your brother-in-law's marching in the Columbus Day Parade today.
I was in that parade.
Were you?
Yeah.
When you were singing?
Yeah.
Speaking of singing, are you all set for Saturday at the New
Of course
Jersey
I
Pack?
am.
What are you singing?
Bands old lined up.
Landslide?
No.
What are you singing?
It'll be a surprise.
A surprise because you don't know yet.
That I have never gone anywhere 4 days out and not known what I'm going to sing.
Right. I was here yesterday. You were rehearsing.
I have
You're my
an
favorite
all-star band
singer ever.
lined up. All-star.
I'm sure you do.
So excited. I'm so excited. Joe Hotshots is excited too.
For what? Next year, Joe? What do you got to be excited
Steelers
about?
#1 pick in the draft next year.
The way we're playing, I already told I threw my grandson's pajamas out. I couldn't even watch that game yesterday, Joe. Joe, you moved on. You're in big trouble. You got the Mets out and the Steelers are playing like crap. We're in big trouble, buddy. But you know what we have, Joe? Caffeina water. Joe is the co-founder of Caffeina Water. Beverage of choice.
Yeah,
the Mets could have used some Caffeina water last night.
Hockey season, he says.
Please. I can't even believe hockey season starts this week. Don't you feel like we were just fighting over the Rangers in Tampa?
I have to I have to show some different flavors on this screen. I just keep showing my favorite.
We got 3 new flavors now.
Black cherry's my favorite.
Yeah, we got some new flavors.
And then I have to ask because I don't know the answer to this.
Yeah.
Joe Hotshots, if you are listening, do you have just a plain flavor so I can mix it with my vodka and garnish it with lemons? Do you have just a plain flavor? If you don't, could you see, we will deliver. You have the plain? That's great news.
He's a good man.
Yes, we do, Ronnie. Yes, we do. Well, now we're talking.
So,
because I'm going to drink it even more.
For the normal person.
And I'm going to be like this.
For the normal person, they just go on Amazon.
I'm going to be more fun at parties now because I'll be less tired because I'll just bring my caffeine.
Ronnie and Joe, maybe you could send a case of that to the Mets so they could put that in for next year because they were as flat as you know what last night. I cannot get over.
You know that this takes care of. Did you know that this takes care of my headache and my dehydration at the same exact time?
Like hangover, headache, Irish flu?
No, caffeine for my headache.
Right.
Electrolytes for my skin.
Right.
And the fact that I don't drink enough water at the same time.
We got big things coming for Caffeina. Big things, big meetings coming up. Big.
Well, Aaron Judge drinks it. Facts.
Aaron Judge. Oh,
Facts.
My goodness. Speaking of Aaron Judge.
Ronnie just said it.
No, speaking of Aaron Judge. Steve Cohen, the owner of the Mets, new owner, already being talked about with a George Steinbrenner personality. It wouldn't be outrageous if he went and just made some crazy offer to Aaron Judge. That's the only way they're getting on back in the news.
I would love that. I would.
You know what I would too, because I'd love to see yet another Yankee to carry that. They're sorry, you know what.
By the way, I feel like we need to talk to NJ on air because NJ on NJ.com.
Yeah.
Should have, because our viewers are watching this on that on Facebook Live, but also on NJ.com. I'd like to figure out a way where on NJ can have a call-in line.
Right.
Right? Like we used to have at the radio station.
Yeah, but we were, yeah, you're right.
Like a call-in.
Yeah, I agree.
So then you could get interactive Facebook Live, but you don't know how many people are watching on NJ.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I have a dilemma in my own blood family right now. I have two of my oldest daughters with my beloved grandchildren. Both of their husbands are passionate Met fans.
Well, all Mets fans are passionate, so that's a little redundant.
Passionate. And I don't want my grandchildren to grow up rooting for a team because their fathers do and watch them suffer.
All right. So you have one of two options.
Am I keeping you from something?
No, somebody asked me for the link on Facebook. You have one of two.
You would agree that if you had anything to say about it all over again, because Michael and Joey's father's a Met fan, that you would, and which is, I said to you last night, was Joe's dad a Met fan? You said no, he's a Yankee fan. That's very unusual.
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
what I want to say is,
boy, there was clickers being thrown around in that house.
You have one of two options. Here are your options.
Yeah, go ahead.
You try to buy them.
Buy the Mets.
No, you try to buy your son-in-laws over.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm talking like pay for the kids' college, right?
Right.
Or you just leave it be.
No, but both,
because the only way you're gonna try to even achieve that, and I don't even think that they would do that, to be honest with you.
Their moms are Yankee fans.
Okay.
Their moms worked in professional baseball.
Okay.
Their moms know more about baseball.
So their moms only worked in professional baseball that had to do with the Yankees, nothing to do with Mets.
The
Doc Gooden wasn't a Met.
He was also a Yankee.
Yeah, right, but he wasn't a Met.
It doesn't
Jimmy
matter.
Leyritz never played for the Mets.
Well, no, he went there for spring training, and he didn't officially make the team. No, he didn't.
Look, I'm not saying
you know
that
who
it's
he played
easier
for?
being a Yankee
You know who
fan.
Jimmy played for when he wasn't a Yankee?
Who?
The San Diego Padres.
Oh my God, I can't. This gloating is almost
San Diego Padres. The King went there and took that team to the World Series.
It's almost unbearable
against the Yankees.
It's almost unbearable for me to watch this gloating.
Meet the Mets. Meet the Mets. That's what they're all singing at the golf courses today.
Yeah, good.
Come out and greet the Mets. Bring the kiddies and bring the white.
What else do you have?
Guaranteed to not have the time of your life.
Enough.
But anyway, I would like to say one thing positive that happened this weekend for the family here is both of our Friday Night Lights, my son-in-law, Matt Donahue, the head coach of Albridge High School, they won. And our sophomore, Joey Filippone, who is lighting it up as a sophomore. I think he's second leading the team in tackles. They also won. And if they go on to win the next two games, they make the playoffs. And I think Albridge is in the same boat. So we had a good Friday Night Lights. I did not really go to either game. I was occupied on Friday. But they look good, right? Hanover Park on Friday? They look good. Yeah,
they did. They did. Very proud of my son. He plays hard.
He plays hard.
He plays hard. He's passionate.
Yeah, I get to watch it on the link. What's it? Morris County, Sussex,
Morris, Sussex.
Right?
Morris Sussex Sports. They
George
do an
Muha, I believe.
Unbelievable.
Is that the founder, George Muha?
George Muha.
Yeah.
Hanover Park alum.
Right.
Oh. Yeah.
Saw Coach Ware for a couple minutes this week, baseball coach. He'll be getting ready soon.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting.
Baseball's going to be exciting. We have a good team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big loss losing Michael Filippone. Big loss.
I wish this house would lose him for 4 years. But anyway, Yankees, Cleveland. Let's talk about it. Speaking of names,
I don't even know what you want me to say. I don't even care.
They used to be the Cleveland Indians, and now they're the Guardians. What kind of name is Guardians for a baseball team?
I don't mind that.
I have one thing when I think about Guardian.
Life insurance?
Guardian Angel Backpack. And we'll talk about that in the near future. Big project that we have. The Yankees.
Oh, you're done. You're speechless now because you're done. You had fun, right?
No,
You had a lot of fun
I was gonna,
abusing all the Mets fans. You had fun, right?
I want to get the Kings.
How do you feel?
I feel good because I didn't start the fight. I just take abuse nonstop in this house. You don't know what
you better get your act together before your grandchildren get a little older, because if you're going to torture them like this and gloat in front of your own blood,
I will always root who they root for.
Yeah, but you're being like a little bit of a sore winner tonight.
Max is a future 2038 first round pick.
Okay, but he's going to grow up as a Met fan, and you're going to get over it.
No, he won't. He's going to follow it.
Oh, you're going to trump his father.
I'm not on purpose. He's going to say, Dad,
you're never going to get a Mets fan to become a consummate Yankee fan. You're never going to make that happen. So you're going to try to divide a household.
Divide a household.
Yeah.
It's already divided.
He wants to take his son to the Mets game. He wants to take his son to Citi Field.
They took us all to a Met game on Father's Day. We had a great time. They brought me a Met hat. I wore a Met shirt.
So when they lose the
Mets honored my brother. He threw out the first pitch.
A heartbreaking loss, you're going to keep your mouth shut.
I don't root against the Mets. I think the Mets.
What are you doing right now?
I'm laughing with the rest of the people because the Mets rather see the Yankees lose than the Mets win. It's that much of
that was a bunch of horse baloney.
No, it's the truth. You know it is. You lived it. You won't even zip up that jacket because you want to take it off. You're disgusted. You're disgusted. I am starving, and I would really like my number 6 from Vespucci's, and I will be making an announcement later in the week. Me and you and the Ganellos will be meeting. We're going to do a live broadcast during the Yankee playoffs. And I said Yankee playoffs because the Mets aren't here. We were hoping they would both be in the playoffs. So, and we are going to do it on site. And we're going to have not only the King, but maybe a couple Yankees come and visit us because they'll all be in town for the playoffs, which the Yankees are still in.
And I'm going to wear this sweatshirt. I don't care. I like the Yankees. I just don't see why you have to be so mean about today.
Because if you're going to tell our audience the truth, you know, the Mets fans in this house are evildoers. They destroy property when they lose. They abuse me just because I grew up a Yankee fan. I never rooted against the Mets. I wanted the Mets. I would like nothing more from New Jersey and New York to see what I experienced, yet another Subway Series. Because that was the ultimate. That was so much fun. I don't know where you were at that time, but it was so much fun. And that won't be the case this year. And let me talk about something else that bothered me about the Mets. The best pitcher in baseball, when he's healthy, I'd appreciate it if you get off your phone and pay attention. Jacob deGrom was asked if he's going to stay with the Mets or will he be a free agent? And he didn't say, I'd rather focus on the game. I'd rather focus on this playoffs. He answered it the following way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I went out there tonight, I did think it could be my last Met game.
Aww.
Oh, really? How about this? Mr. Cohen, I want to be a Met for the rest of my life. How about that?
Oh.
But he didn't. He left the door open. And I feel, and he put a wedge now. And the trumpet player, the reliever, Perez, by far the best reliever.
He just got a recording contract.
He got a recording. He's more concerned about Timmy the trumpet.
We should have him on.
What a joke. Fire the mascot, Mr. Cohen. Start with him. Get rid of that stupid, big-headed looking Mr. Met. He's a loser. He's cursed. Hasn't won anything since 1986. The late, great Tommy Lasorda once made the mascot get off the Dodger dugout. They were going to give him a beating because he's annoying. Mascots don't belong in professional baseball at that level. They just don't. All right. Food critic. You have to admit, besides your favorite chicken, which is what at the Tampa Rays game, you also ate like a PIG when we went to San Diego Padres game a couple years ago.
Yes.
We sat out there and ate like pigs.
I liked that stadium very much.
Oh, it's 70 degrees at night.
Not a fan of the new color scheme.
Yeah,
I
don't even know what they call it. The pink and yellow and green and whatever.
It's brown and yellow.
No, that's not new.
It's like diarrhea.
Why don't you stop? But speaking of that, that's a disgusting word. But one, I can't say this, I'll get sued. But the former, everybody fill in the blanks, the former owner, late great Ray Kroc, and his wife owned the Padres. That's why the colors are brown and gold, brown and yellow. That were the McDonald's colors.
McDonald's is red and yellow. When is McDonald's brown?
By the way,
and yellow?
There was no red in McDonald's. You're thinking of their clown that has red in him, but the McDonald's,
the golden arches. It's red and yellow.
You just said it. The golden.
Yeah, golden. Right. But what's behind it? Listen,
I'm not going to argue with you, but I'm going to.
You're not arguing. We're not arguing. We're talking about facts.
Well, the facts are the colors because of the McDonald's ownership, the Crocs. They wanted the same colors of the McDonald's. So there's no red in that uniform. I'm just pointing that out. They use those colors.
Then why didn't they just do red? If it was,
I don't know, Robin. I don't know. Send them a telegram or a text message up in heaven. Now we're Googling something.
No.
I just.
Where do you see brown?
I'm just telling you the original colors.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Let me see. Let me see if it's the original colors.
What kind of voice is that?
With the original colors, McDonald's. It doesn't even say how many original original colors for McDonald's. Doesn't even say because it's always been this color.
There was a McDonald's movie. I think Michael Keaton played in it.
I just don't understand you sometimes. It's like you make things up as you go.
Okay. How about we make a bet, Slim? A McDonald's dinner that the reason the Padres uniforms are that color is because the Crocs wanted to.
Fine, I agree with you maybe with that, but why the brown? Wait, why are you mad at me? Because I'm pointing out the obvious.
You challenge everything, and you do no.
Well,
research.
What else do you want me to do? Talk about batting averages?
No, because you can't. Because your team is home. Talk about their handicap in golf. They're playing golf.
I'm
hungry. We have house guests again. It never stops to 2:00 in the morning. People in the hot tub. Like this is a frat house.
It is Columbus Day. It's Italian American Heritage Day. Yeah. And they did not have school today.
You know what we need to do? Because we're so passionate and so excited today. Let's go to commercial and regroup. Let's regroup.
I mean, I think you need to take a chug-a-lug of the caffeina, and maybe it will change your attitude a little bit.
Oh, my attitude's great. I'm happy as a pig and you know what today.
All right. We'll be back after these words from
Jersey.
The best beverage ever.
Caffeina. Boost, replenish, hydrate. Caffeina with your meeting, with a workout, on the go, to keep going. With a meal, with friends. To kickstart your day, Caffeina, Amazon's best-selling caffeine-infused spring water. 7+ pH balance, electrolyte enhanced. Taste pure spring water. Feel the charge.
Get rid of your hangover. Get hydrated. Get rid of your headache, non-hangover related. Hydrate. Get your electrolytes. And just drink caffeina. I think that's really it for me.
You know, I think this is like when Hillary won the election for Met fans. There's people not getting out of bed today.
When Trump won the election.
I mean, when Trump and Hillary lost. Remember, they had to shut down the universities because people couldn't. Same thing.
Yeah,
with Met fans.
That was a little ridiculous.
Yeah. I want to talk about something serious. Throw a little curveball to the show right now.
That was a nice pun.
I read.
Speaking of curveball, though, after the serious, go back, and after you're going to be serious. Yeah. I just want to earmark the fact that Joey on the mound, his ears that ear was a little shiny. So we could talk about that after you talk about a little.
How about Joey on the mound, whose ears gave Buck the Italian salute? He had the red horn around his neck, and then he gave Buck. He went to his ear, and then gave him the old salute, and rightfully so. Buck should eat that one because that was not a classy move. Not.
That ear was shiny. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. May the light shine upon the San Diego Padres. That's the only thing shining. Won't be on your Mets. I read something again that's disturbing, and Jimmy, it kind of renewed my concern of urgency, not only in our state of New Jersey, but in our country right now. Crime is just out of control. And in the lovely suburbs where we live, or the inner cities, nobody seems to have the answer right now. But our two hometowns here in Florham Park and East Hanover, which aren't the only towns suffering from this, because we got our car stolen from the Jersey Shore, Monmouth Beach, but we have people casing us now at banks, at
malls,
following us to our homes,
Starbucks,
making believe they're jogging down the street, being trailed by a car. And when the jogger looks like he's simply jogging, the car blocks, let's say, any car, Range Rover, a BMW, a Cadillac, and they block it so the jogger can, with a tool, get into the car and steal it. And that alert was put out yesterday on a beautiful Sunday afternoon in our neighborhood. So when you're out there playing with your dog, or your wife is going for a walk, or your kids are playing on the front lawn, we have to now fear that these criminals think they have carte blanche. I worked in the city. I lived in the city of Newark. And yes, the city of Newark was one of the most violent cities for a while. And all you heard about was the bad people. You never heard about the great people that live in Newark. But a lot of people escaped these inner cities because of the crime. Well, that crime has risen to an all-new high in the suburbs now. There is no more just crime in the city. It doesn't matter where you're going. And I guess I'm asking you, as a mommy, are you paying attention? Are you concerned? Are you, I see one of our kids pull up in a car. I'm out looking out the window. I'm watching. I'm waiting for you to get home. We have a bathroom where I could look out and see the cars in the driveway. I mean, I think we got to take our communities back.
Well, I do think we need to be. I think we need to be cognizant of the fact that this is going on. I never would have imagined that I'd have to pay attention to things like that, to be honest with you. With that being said, I think we should just take the same approach that the government is. I think we should just leave our doors open. And you know how, like,
borders, you mean?
No, you know how, like, for the holidays, or the summer, people leave like water outside for the postmasters, the postmen, or during the holidays, they'll leave little treats out for the UPS, delivery men. Please, you're working so hard. I think what we should do is we should just put a basket of everything that was in the car and just say, come on up and take it, because you'll have no consequences anyway.
Right.
You'll get hit on the wrist, and then we'll see you at Starbucks tomorrow. So the problem is with legislation and government that we are literally slapping these people on the wrist with no consequences whatsoever. So these desperate people that need money or need to commit these crimes, why not try? Why not try? Why don't we just have a neighborhood party and say, hey, everyone, come to this street because we'll just give it all to you.
Well, you're being a little half sarcastic, but you're right. But the people that are stealing from everybody are stealing for all the wrong reasons, not to put food on their families' tables. There's desperate measures at desperate times. These are outright thugs.
Well, they're stealing to make some sort of money.
Yeah, they're not making it for their family. They're making it to roll over into a business or drugs. I mean, it's a fact. They're going to feed their habit. But it's just out of control. I went on the job in 1984. My father went on the job in 61. My brother's still on the job. We don't ever remember it being like this. That you literally walk into a Starbucks or a bank and you got to have your head on a swivel right now. I mean, when is the last time that you ever felt like that? You didn't feel like that. And you grew up with a father, that made sure you got on the school bus or picked you up from school. It used to be, that's why your family settled here, those Italians.
Well, listen, all I can say is we should put the hands in the law back with the Italians. You come near my property.
Hey, you, what happens?
Well, there's something to be said for being vigilantes because
please don't go down this road again. We don't need to be vigilantes.
Why not? Whoa. If somebody came to this house and tried to break in,
you know what I would say to them?
You wouldn't say anything. You would take an axe or whatever you could find, a bat, and you would bludgeon them.
Well,
that is being it. You wouldn't be like, oh, hold on, sir. Let me call 911 first.
No.
You were the one who told me to run somebody over if they came to my... I said, well, what if it's like a missionary? You said, who cares? Run them over.
I didn't say that to you. I didn't tell you that. No, I did not.
Yeah.
There was no premeditated...
you said, if somebody came up to my car...
I never said that. I said with a weapon. Let's be clear, with a gun.
How do I know that?
If they pointed a gun at you.
You said if it was late at night and somebody came up to my car...
Yep. There goes my defense down the road. Thank you very much. Don't rob a bank with Robin Delory. Anyway.
What's wrong with saying that? In today's climate, what is wrong with telling me that?
In self-defense, I am not a fan, and I would not teach my children. If you can run and get away, you run to safety. You don't wait to become a victim.
Okay.
If you're in a car and somebody came up to you to pull you out of that car and cause physical bodily harm to you,
run them over.
Fight back with every weapon that's available to you.
Including the car.
Who
would disagree with that?
I'm sure half of our country.
Who would disagree with saying
half of our country?
Try to reason with the person, honey.
Yeah. No, there was no reason.
In fact, if you want to be a cat, you could be a cat too.
I don't get it.
There's this new group of people that are identifying as cats.
Human beings are cats?
Something like that. I heard that there's like a group of people. They want to call themselves the Flurries or something.
You know what's happened to our Joe Q citizen? And this is one thing I'll agree with you. Our grandparents weren't, and our fathers weren't. Speaking of cats, they never acted like the P word. And everybody's got to be so politically correct that they're all like, I don't want to do something. That's not me. That'll never be me. I had a good friend say, I'll go down. Tommy will go down with his hair on fire. I hope I'm not keeping you up. But the bottom line is, I'm serious about what I said. Our cities and suburbs are under siege. I know the governor's trying. I know our lawmakers are trying. Nobody wants that because they're also residents of this great state. So, but we better do something. And sometimes you got to do an eye for an eye.
That's all I'm saying.
Right. An eye for an eye.
So you didn't say anything wrong by...
No, but then you just completely blew my defense if I ever had to take action. Because when you do take an action like that...
What defense? If a judge...
Yeah, it's not a judge. You see, here's the problem with our country right now. We're so divided. You know, there was an old saying, and I'm not... And God knows I was a visionary behind a de-escalation tool for law enforcement. But there's an old saying, I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. I'm going to do what I got to do because I don't want to be in a coffin being carried by 6. I'd rather be judged by 12. But in this climate of our country, which is so divided, I don't know if I trust the 12. I don't know that I trust the 12 because we're being brainwashed. We're being brainwashed. When sometimes the facts are the facts, and sometimes it is an eye for an eye.
Give me an example how we're being brainwashed.
Well, you can't turn on a news station or any media outlet without being told if you're a Republican and you even like Trump or you voted for Trump, you're a racist.
Good point.
If you're a Democrat, the Republicans are, you're a liberal pansy.
Good point.
And I think it sucks because I know we both have dear friends that are, I'm talking political friends, powerful people that are Republicans and Democrats. And we like them both.
One hunch. And by the way,
wait a minute. Before we say anything else, will you explain? You say it all the time. One hunch.
Hunch, 100% hunch.
Hunch.
So wait, my
Hunch.
friend Christina thought she did it first. I'm gonna let her say it that she did it first, but I've been saying it a long time, and you can attest to that.
Hunch.
I will give it to her. It's fine. But listen, me and you, even me and you are like that. Do you understand? Even me and you, we're not polarized. Hey, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
We're not polarized. Me and you. So I agree. I agree about the brainwashing. My kid called me a liberal because, is it because I got a booster?
I forget. He calls us both liberals.
Wait, because I got a booster shot. Okay. And by the way, when I was growing up, the word liberal was actually a very nice word. It wasn't attacking anybody. It was not an insult. Liberal meant you were open to wanting to learn, open to other people's concepts, being kind. That's the whole college, liberal arts college, is learning other things, learning as much as you can. That's how I grew up with the word liberal. So I always thought that's a huge compliment that you're calling me liberal, because liberal means I'm kind, I'm nice, I'm open, I'm not narrow-minded, right? And now you think you're attacking me by calling me that, and just automatically calling, because I'm a liberal type of person, that I'm a Democrat. And if I am a Democrat and you're a Republican, you are actually trying to insult me? Like, where have we gotten in this world? Because first of all, I'm not, but I am not going to sit here and pretend like life is black and white, because it's not. It's not. However, and this is where a Democrat is going to think of me as a bad person. What I will say is black and white is you are either born a man or you are born a female. Male, female. Male, female. That is science. What you identify with is another subject altogether, not going there. But do not call me a bad name because I vote one way and you vote another. It's human decency. It is not politics. You have every right to believe what you want to believe, and so do I. And this is my problem with the polarization of this country. And I don't understand why it has to be so mean.
Bravo. I concur. I really do. And I think that without getting very political, and although I believe he did,
I'm sorry, babe, but I
things
think
great.
I already just did.
Yeah, I think 45, our 45th president of the United States, took, you're either with us or against us, instead of using that great line 43 President Bush used, meaning we're going to fight you in a war. He divided our country with that kind of strategy. You're either with me or you're against me. And then it got ugly, uglier than it was. Not to say he's the reason, because
there's always been ugliness
for years.
But we're lacking kindness right now.
Yeah, we are.
And Michael Filippone thinks that there was Vaseline in Joe's ears.
Yeah, Mike Filippone. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I don't even know. This is typical, like, take your beating and move on and become a fan in the off season now, because the one thing you have is an owner that cares and is going to put his money back into the team.
My kids are definitely fans in the off season. They're not just fly by the night type of Mets fans. They were born and raised.
Let me finish, Rob. This is not what I'm trying to say. This is not the Mets of the past. Mr. Cohen will fill in the voids that need to be filled in to make sure that this team will go out and win 100 games next year, and maybe move to the next round.
All right, here's what I think I want to tell you, though. You said something last night that I found very interesting. Okay. Have you ever heard of something called the law of attraction?
Yes.
The Secret, if you will. Like, it was very popular.
Yeah.
It still should be. I completely suck at it. But what I wanted to say is something interesting that you said last night about the Mets. There is an energy about Met fans that are waiting to lose because of history, right?
Yep.
And I think that the law of attraction has a little bit something to do with that. So Cohen can stack the deck as much as he wants, and we're still all afraid for the other shoe to drop.
Yeah, because you got to get rid
And
of.
so maybe
you're a loser. You got to get rid of Mr.
just
Met.
maybe we're perpetrating this feeling and adding to the heartbreak. Have you ever thought of that? Because you made me think about that last night.
Yeah,
I'm thinking, I'm like, I know that.
Well, you know this. When it's said all the time, when you put those pinstripe on, those Yankee pinstripes, every guy that comes there goes, they feel a need. They know they're going to be a champion. These are champions. When you go and wear the pinstripes of the blue and orange, they're waiting to get whacked.
Yeah,
no
like
how good.
It's like
I looked at Pete Alonso's face. He was tied with Judge for the most RBIs in baseball this year. He had 40 home runs himself. He's a great young man who makes a difference on and off the field. He was pouting in the dugout.
See, but now Joe Hotshots is just saying the deadline cost him this year. But I'm asking you to think bigger right now, Joe. I'm saying, like, is it an energy that we're just so, because, I mean,
if you put the World Series Atlanta Braves in New York Mets uniform, they would figure out how to lose, because that's the energy.
I mean, I might not disagree with you. It just seems like it's always like.
And you know where that energy spills?
Into our household.
Well, to the fans, it's unbelievable. How about their faces? You have to laugh at it. You almost have to say, like, get a life. You can't be this devastated. But then I thought about it. 1986. I'm not putting Maximilian and Quinny and Sage through that. They're going to be Yankee fans.
They're not. So get over it. They're not.
I will bet you.
Okay.
And I will, and you will
pay for their colleges, and then maybe they'll.
I tried to buy the naming rights to Max at my first grandchild.
I still don't even think that would work, because when you're a Met fan, you're not gonna, and a diehard Met fan, you're not going to have such a backbone that's so weak that you're going to say, now I'm a Yankee fan.
I didn't say that. They have.
Well, you're asking their fathers to do that, though.
What is it? Shmem, whatever that word is. Shem. The bottom line is.
What are you, Fitz? What are you? Are you a Met fan or a Yankee fan?
I don't know why he's making these guest appearances, because I'm going to put him in the backyard permanently.
All right, what are you?
Nod your head if you're a Met fan.
All right, see, this is not fun for me. Get out of here. Get out of here, Fitz. Get out of here. You're a nuisance on and off the field, like the Mets. He's a nuisance. You know, he is a Yankee fan, because when I had the Met game on a couple weeks ago, I took a picture. He was facing us instead of the TV. He was so disgusted he couldn't even watch them during the Atlanta series.
Might be true. It might be true.
Fitz. On a positive note, though, Met fans, usually if you're a Met fan, you're a Jet fan, and the Jets are 3-2. And Florham Park is Rock'em. Nah, we don't even support our team here. Joe Hotshots.
Vogel Snacks.
Vogel Snacks needs to throw a salad in his diet.
And rough.
If that button ever came off of Vogel Snacks, how about, right? You said, oh my God, that guy, we don't want to shame him. But come on, man, throw salad in your diet. You're a professional athlete. Mod own. I mean, that's who's going to be. It's like Steinbrenner when the Yankees lost the World Series in '76. It was classic. Fred Stanley was the shortstop, and his nickname was the Chicken. And instead of Steinbrenner saying, we're going to do this next year, do that, he goes, how the hell can we win the World Series with a shortstop named Chicken? That's my point. Get rid of Mr. Met. You got to start with the simple things in life. I got a personal thing I want to talk about right now.
What does Mr. Met identify as?
A loser? I don't know.
There is a Mrs. Met.
There is?
There was.
That was recent because it had to be politically correct. God forbid. You know, we had to have a Mrs. Met too.
I don't remember.
You were Mrs. Met. You and your ex, Mrs. Met, used to go to the games.
Of course we went to the games. That's what you do with your kids.
Losers. Anyway, let's talk about a winner right now. Put it up. Put up my best friend's picture. Any grandparent or parent. My man, Maxwell Thomas. That's right. Maxwell Thomas. By the way, my grandchildren's names are Maxwell Thomas, Quinn Thomas, and Sadie Thomas. They all got my middle name. It's not true, but Maxwell's his Thomas. And Max went in for a little surgery this morning.
Look at that face.
And if you're listening and not watching, he's going to be 3 years old in December. And he had a little throat surgery. And he's got his thumb up as they took him away. And I was bawling my eyes out here sitting at the kitchen table this morning thinking about him. And he's got his fist and he's got catcher's hands like you don't know, and these big calf muscles. But he's at home. He's doing great. He FaceTimed us.
What is on his third cupcake icing?
On his third cupcake icing. What did he say? Robbie, you're going to be on TV?
Because you're sitting in the chair?
You're sitting in the chair? So later in the week, we'll have little Maxie here.
Oh my God, that face doesn't get cuter than that face.
Thank God my boy's all right.
Look at the little rabbit he got.
Yeah, he's the man. He's my man. And
is that a little?
I love you, Max. I said we would talk about you. I love you. And that goes for Quinny Cuevas and little Sadie Joy too. They love their Max also. Anyway, you're right, Robin. You made a big statement, a political statement. We're divided. But anytime there's a tragedy, we're still the United States of America. We're a great country. We come together. I'll never forget the most horrific thing that happened in our lifetime was 9/11. But there was also a blessing that we were one America for a moment in time. We were one America. And somehow we're not anymore again. And it's frustrating. It's nerve-wracking. It's sad. But I was on a text chain this morning, and none of us cared what was going on other than that little boy being in surgery for an hour. And it puts life in perspective.
Yes,
it made a flashback of what you went through when Joey was little. He went through a major surgery. Are we really?
My son had he was born with a cleft palate.
Right.
But and so it was forget it. That's not the part of the story. The story is that any parent going through anything we can all agree that that's really the only thing that matters.
And it does. At the end of the day, it's all about family, and we have a lot of fun picking on each other with our sports teams and who we root for and root against. But we're all one family, and it hit me this morning, right? And life can change in a New York, New Jersey minute, for better or worse. So our message today, sorry, Met fans, it's football season for you. Yankees, the king will be on tomorrow. We'll be talking about the opening playoff game in the Bronx, home of the real champions in New York.
I have on the record, I have no problem with rooting for the Yankees.
Well, good. We might be going. But anyway, have a good day.
How are the chicken fingers there?
But all their food's good. They serve lobster at Yankee Stadium. But
I can't do lobster.
For Robin Delory, the King Jimmy Larish. Jimmy, I hope you have a better day with dealing with your nonsense out in New York City. I'm Tommy Setner, and we wish you a safe,
drink your caffeine,
healthy,
and
October
have a
10th.
Great day. You got a long day ahead of you, people.
Congratulations, San Diego.
Drink up.
We'll see you in California next week.